Akito is a good-for-nothing pathetic loser who bought a dorm so he can finally live with his sister. His life changes when 4 beautiful girls trying to take his cherry start to live with him. However, before any of this, it's another peaceful day in Japan where a girl who is blushing a little can be seen. The girl is in somewhat of a hurry as she rushes out of the train and bumps into a man. The man does not mind as the girl apologizes and swiftly leaves. As she is about to get out of the train station, however, the barrier does not let her. It is revealed that she does not have much credit left, so she pays and leaves. On her way, she looks through the shop and pulls out a map that we used to give to our friends as a child. The girl follows the map and finally she goes to the police station for some help. After the cop explains the address, she swiftly runs away. As she approaches a house, a boy opens the door and recognizes the girl as Akiko and welcomes her in. The girl also introduces the guy as her brother. Later at night, both Akiko and Akito are wearing their school uniforms. Akiko reveals that they are reuniting after 6 years and she still cannot believe they are going to the same school. Akito then tells her that she should go and take a bath first. Akiko thinks about something for a moment and then happily agrees. As she takes her bath, she appears a bit frustrated and gets out of the pool to confront her big brother, asking why he is not trying to sneak a peek at her. Akito is confused as Akiko goes on to complain that she has beautiful glossy skin, but still he does not have interest in her. However, Akito goes on to explain that they are just siblings and should not do anything like this. This frustrates Akiko more as she leaves, saying that she will be waiting for him in the bath.
Damn!
However, even after counting for 7,000, the loser didn't appear. Later, as they put things in their place, Akito notices that Akiko is mad at him. So he talks to her as they have grown and aren't children anymore, so it's kind of wrong for them to initiate this act as they are siblings as well. However, Akiko does not even use her last 2 brain cells and goes on to plan how she is going to seduce her elder brother. The following morning, when they are having breakfast, Akiko seems to be adamant to her mission as she goes on to talk about her Brocken, which basically means brother complex. However, every time she mentions that specific term, Akito changes the topic. Akiko acts like that Akito have hurt his feelings, so she deserves at least a kiss. However, Akito refuses. The conversation suddenly turns into arguments. Then Akiko tells Akito that she finally tricked him into being a couple with her because what they are doing is a lovey-dovey couple quarrel, but Akito does not care. Later outside, as they observe the peaceful weather, Akiko asks to lay her head on Akito's lap. However, Akito refuses again. Akito then goes on to apologize for asking her to stay with him even though the condition of the house is not ideal, but Akiko tells that she will happily stay under a bridge if it meant staying with him. Listening to this, Akito thanks Akiko, but she reveals that she should be the one thanking him for rescuing her from the Arisugawa family. Akiko then asks her to do his laundry as well, to which she agrees and suddenly says that she loves him. However, Akito also reveals that he reciprocates the feeling, but we obviously know not in the same way as she does. His confession caused the lady to pass out. Later, several girls with different personalities are seen in the lawn of the house, while Akiko complains about why there can't be just 2 of them. After some days, the girls can be seen yapping about food or something. As their yapping session is going, their post in school reveals, like Arashi Nikedu is the president of the student government, Anastasia Nasuhara is the vice president, Jinbei is the accountant, while Akiko and Akito are actually nobody.
Emotional damage!
After school, as they head home, they make Akito to carry groceries. Later at the dinner table, Jinbei calls for Akito and others for dinner. Akito is happy to see some delicious dinner. But first he has to decide which girl is going to sit beside him and which girl gets to feed him. Akito tells them that he can feed himself, but Anastasia tells that loser to shut up. Akiko tries to speak for him, but Arashi tells them to be quiet, so Akiko and Anastasia both become quiet. The girls tell Akiko to be quiet as she is just his sister and she shouldn't complicate things. Akiko looks at Akito as he tells her that he loves her and how important she is to him. This makes Akiko to imagine getting married to him, but the loser clears things up by saying because she is her sister.
No! No!
Akiko then screams, saying that it's fine since she loves him. Akiko can be seen reading a manga in which the sister is about to get married, but her brother does not want her to, and at the end they kiss. Akiko wishes the same relationship with her big bro. Suddenly, Akito appears and turns on the lights, seeing that Akiko is happy that she finally got lucky tonight. However, Akito reveals that he heard some creepy laughter from her room, that's why he came to check on her. Suddenly, he looks at the manga and is somewhat disappointed about her brother's complex. At first, Akiko denies the fact that the books belong to her, but Akito can see her name on the first page. Akiko then asks Akito to read the book or she will read him, but Akito denies as he is the only sane one. Seeing her room filled with his picture and other creepy stuff, Akito says that he does not mind, but she should keep her books out of sight. The following day, Akito rushes into a restaurant and meets a lady telling her that he got into some inconvenience. It looks like Akito is there for his job and the girl really appreciates him for working at this age. The lady then gives him a long manuscript and reveals he is the writer and editor of books read by Akiko. Next day at school, Akiko is trying to make him understand that he is her love interest. However, Akito tells her that he just can't see her as his love interest, but Akiko does not listen and calls him bratty and tells him to be more open with his feelings. Akiko then goes on to teach him how to be bratty, but Akito tries to be bashful. Akiko insisted, to which he replied with such a stern face saying he does not have any romantic feelings for her, the result breaking her heart for a moment. Akito then sends her away as his next class is about to start. Later, Akiko can be seen changing for PE classes when her friends ask if she watched the vampire show last night, but instead she starts admiring how handsome her brother is. Meanwhile, Anastasia also visits Akito's class and initiates conversation by talking about the weather. Anastasia then tells Akito that she prefers it. He calls her by the name of Anna. Anna then asks Akito to go on a picnic with her. As Akito listens to this, he tells her that they still have class and the weather is getting worse. Anna then suddenly acts like a brat, revealing that saying she does not want to go somewhere even though she does will make him proclivity towards him. Anna then goes on to say that she does not like his sister. As she leaves, she tries again, but this time on the weekend, to which Akito kind of agrees. Later, Akito can be seen sitting with Jinbei under a tree, as she brought cookies for him which she made during her home economics lecture. Akito really likes the cookies and appreciates using sugar as his preference. Jinbei then says that she obviously knows him since they have been besties for 6 years. Jinbei then asks Akito if he has made any friends yet, because she has been able to make friends in her class. Akito reveals that he is living on the sidelines, but fortunately no one is bullying him for that. Jinbei starts to wonder if Akito is hiding something from her, but Akito refuses. Jinbei then reveals that she felt sad when he did not tell her anything, like moving from Kyoto to Tokyo, transferring to St. Liliana Academy, and living with his sister. Akito apologizes, but Jinbei, being the Sigma, tells him that it is too late to apologize. Moreover, Akito adds that she had forgiven him already for going to another school. Jinbei calls her stubborn mule, but Akito also does not simp this time. Jinbei reveals that she has been obstinate at a glance, and on the other hand she reveals that Akito acts so nice that it's impossible to tell how pig-headed he really is. As they begin to argue more, Jinbei notices that everyone is watching them and embarrassingly tells him to continue later. Jinbei leaves for her class when Akito thanks her for the cookies, which cheers her up. Later, it's break time and Akiko can be seen running towards Akito's class, but she is shocked to find out he is not there. On the other hand, Akito arrives in the student council room where he is confused to be alone. Suddenly, Arashi appears from behind and locks the door. Arashi, being the mommy kind, confessed her desire to make Akito his partner, but also teases to make him her pet. Arashi then steps forward as she shows her interest in being his slave instead. Unfortunately, they are stopped by the bratty little sister Akiko, as she reveals she also has the keys to the student council room. Eventually, all of the girls appear in the room. Jinbei tells Akiko about her time spent with Akito, and Anna also speaks, but instead she just spews some sus things that never happen. Akiko does not believe what the girls are saying and stands up for Akito. The girls tell her that it's because she visits Akito's class so often. Akiko still does not believe them and asks Akito about it. He agrees with what the girls said. So, Akiko decides that she will only visit Akito once every 2 breaks so that it will be easier for him to make friends. Later, Akito can be seen packing his bag when 3 ugly-looking guys approach and inform him that they are creating a Buddhist statue appreciation club, but because of lack of members the school is not allowing them, so they ask Akito to join him as well. Akito refuses, but suddenly hears Akiko's voice telling him to give a positive response. The tree nerds run away after watching Akiko. After school, the siblings can be seen in the park where Akiko is practicing to call Akito by his first name instead of Big Bro. Akito finds it strange but allows it, and Akiko goes on to keep saying it, making it weirder and weirder. It's another peaceful day. Akiko can be seen hanging up some clothes after the laundry day. After this, she goes to Akito, who is cleaning the floor at that moment. Akiko informs Akito that the bulb in her room is not working that well. Akito, not taking the hint, tells her to take the bulb from the cabinet, but Akiko reveals that she wants him to change her room's bulb. This sounds strange to Akito, so he asks more, and the dumb Akiko spews everything she is going to do with him once he enters her room. After listening to her ulterior motives, Akiko rejects the idea and literally throws her in her room with a ladder. On his way back, Anna stops and takes him to her door, complaining why it's not opening by itself. Akito reveals that the door is not automatic, so Anna comes up with an idea of calling Akito whenever she wants to enter her room, but obviously Akito says no to her idea. Afterwards, some ungodly things can be heard, but unfortunately it's just Akito and Jinbei fixing some pipes under the kitchen sink. Suddenly, Jinbei realizes how close she is to Akito, making her face full red. Jinbei swiftly tries to get out, however hits her head, but not to worry as pets her.
Yeah, boy.
Later, Akito is confronted by Arashi, who's literally just chilling around like a boss. It's revealed that Akito has been doing all the housework by himself and considers himself the manager of the house. As they talk, Arashi also tells him to fix up the kitchen's creaking door. After that, Akito decides to take out the dried clothes suddenly when an angry Akiko arrives, saying that he should not touch her plot armor. Listening to all this ruckus, Anna also arrives complaining, so Akiko asks what she would do if Akito touched her. Surprisingly, Anna has a different idea as she calls him a creep and orders him to put her plot on his head. Akito naturally rejects her idea, so Anna gets the wrong idea, saying that he just sees women as toys so he can do whatever he wants with them. Seeing this, Akiko gets jealous and tells them that she is about to get commando in order to riz Akito, but no one seems to care. Meanwhile, Jinbei immediately takes her clothes and realizes that Arashi's plot armor is not there. That's when Arashi appears, saying that she lost her plot armor in school as she was changing in school. Akiko then tells her that she won't be able to riz Akito without plot. However, Arashi tells them that she does not need plot armor, she will use the real thing to riz him. As she is about to do it, Arashi changes her mind, saying she is just joking. Suddenly, wind blows, causing Arashi's clothes to show some ungodly things to everyone, including Akito. Akiko, who can't take it, jumps on Akito so he cannot see it, but it only causes the stone laying on the ground to hit her head. Akito, in an unconscious state, does not even remember what happened. Later on, Akito can be seen cutting some grass from the lawn, and that's when Anna arrives. Anna calls him a loser again to get on his nerves, so Akito asks her what she wants, to which she replies that she does not need a reason to call upon him, but actually really wants him to do something. Anna tells Akito to visit her room after he is done with the lawn. Afterwards, Akito does as he is told, but when he enters her room, he finds Anna sleeping on the floor as she snores as well. Upon waking up, Anna denies that someone so beautiful like her would never snore. Anna reveals to Akito that she wants to become a comedian as she grows up. Akito initially gives her the support, saying that she should as she is airheaded, but Anna tells him that she is not aiming to play the fool but rather the straight woman. Anna out of nowhere starts to talk nonsense again and tells him if he licks her feet she will let him do whatever he wants. Listening to this, Akito asks to leave. As he is about to leave, Anna stops him and reveals she wants to tell him something really important. Suddenly, the environment becomes scary, which frightens Akito. However, it's revealed that she is just bad at doing house chores. Moreover, she reveals that because of having servants to pamper her back at her home, that's why she is incapable of living in a student hostel. Akito offers to help her unpack her stuff, to which she offers to pay through her soul and body, but the loser refuses. Anna learns that she can't seduce Akito like this. Afterwards, Akito tells Anna to watch and learn. At first, Akito teaches Anna how to fold clothes. After that, tells her how to fold the boxes. Akito then notices that there's only one massive box left, but when he is about to open, Anna rushes towards him to stop, but instead falls on the box, causing it to explode with stuffed toys. Anna, then being embarrassed, refuses to talk and sleep with the stuffed toys. However, Akito becomes a bit sensible and tells her that he will never tell anyone about her secret, and also calls her cute as well, causing her to blush. The next day during school lunch, Akiko talks to Akito about the food, and he compliments Jinbei's cooking. Feeling jealous, Akiko mentions that the vegetables are from her. She suddenly wants to feed Akito herself, but Anna appears and sits between them. After a brief argument with Akiko, Anna expresses her desire to be Akito's girlfriend, surprising both siblings. Akito asks why, and Anna confesses her love for him. Blushing, Akito drops his spoon, and when he picks it up, Anna questions why. He explains the 3-second rule. Anna then suggests a different version of the rule, asking Akito to touch her talents, which she also did with Akiko. Jinbei is cooking dinner for everyone. That's when Akito arrives and admires Jinbei cooking. Jinbei tells him to wait, as they will eat once everyone arrives. Akito tells her that they look like a married couple, obviously making her blush. Akito then pulls out a cake that Jinbei bought for her. Jinbei thinks it will be best to eat it with tea, so Akito proposes the idea to eat it in her room. Before entering into her room, Jinbei asks for a minute and swiftly changes into a sweet attire. As they sit down, it's revealed that Jinbei's taste in room decoration is simple. Akito notices something and asks Jinbei why she is giddy if she wants to go for a bathroom break. Jinbei calls her rude. Jinbei wonders if he does not see her as a girl. They are alone in her room and she is expecting some advances. However, Jinbei offers him some tea. As he drinks it, Jinbei flatters. The conversation then gets a bit serious when Akito thanks her for being around and helping in every situation, revealing she even moved here from Kyoto. Unfortunately, Akito calls her a friend, which hurts Jinbei, but she realizes that it's a first step. Akito then pulls out the cake, which cheers up Jinbei because it's her favorite Mont Blanc cake. Jinbei asks him where his cake is, to which he replies that tea is enough for him. Jinbei is happy because he still remembers her favorite food. Listening to this, Akito reveals that she does so much for the house as the token of appreciation he wanted to give her. However, because of not having much money, he only bought one. Jinbei then realizes that he wanted to have cake in her room because he does not want anyone to share it with her. Later on, Akito gives Jinbei a nice compliment, saying she looks pretty in a casual way. Jinbei feels shy and spills tea on herself by mistake. The guy who lost the game helps her clean up the mess, but accidentally touches her small treasures. He didn't realize his mistake until later when Jinbei got upset and slapped him. Later on, Akito is in Anna's room who teases him, saying that he wants to peek at the ungodly piece of cloth under her skirt. Akito ignores it and tells her that her room would look much better if she decorates her stuffed toys as well. At first, Anna plays dumb but eventually opens her cabinet and reveals that the stuffed toys have been multiplied. Anna then showcases her stuffed toys but still asks Akito if he is disgusted by the excessiveness of her so-called cute hobby. However, Akito denies the fact and reveals that even if he was worried, he would be worried about being trapped in her room. Anna then goes on to reveal that these stuffed toys help her with her everyday growing troubles as she hugs them. Akito wonders if she really lacks common sense, to which she replies that she was just teasing him. Akito then reveals he finds her hobby of collecting stuffed toys only cute. It makes her blush, but she gets up saying something rude about finding stuffed toys cute. Anna then gives him a doll that hardly seems like her, calling it on a hole. Furthermore, she explains that this doll even has a hole to put his hand in, which kind of relieves him until she shows him. Akito asks if she made that doll to tease, to which she replies that took help from Nasuhara Heavy Industries by using all the technological power available. Listening to this, Akito is shocked as he goes on to reveal that multinational company that produces spacecraft to doorknob screws. He believes even though she is the daughter of the owner of Nasuhara Heavy Industries, it's still an abuse of power. Akito is about to leave when Anna calls her a loser again, saying that line was so ugly that it made her dizzy. Then she eats a banana with cream. Akito knows that it's a trap, but unfortunately she eats it like a normal person and throws the banana peel down. Anna then intentionally slips and gets over Akito asking for her retribution. After hearing this, Akito wonders if she is sick, so he checks her fever, causing her to blush so hard that she tries to walk away, but this time she really slips into her stuffed toys. Akito gets up to check on her, but she simply stands up and covers herself in a blanket because of humiliation. Later on, the girls can be seen having a bath together because, according to Arashi, in order to get closer, bathing together is a much better way to do it. Arashi wanted Akito to shower with, and after listening to it, Akiko has always got some awful idea to do with her big bro. Suddenly, the treasure war between Anna and Akiko has started. That's when Jinbei is sad, soft skin, and a bigger Akiko can control herself and joins in adoring Jinbei's soft skin. Watching them, Arashi also joins in. All the girls admire her soft skin. Arashi then proposes an idea to wash each other. She pairs herself with Jinbei and Anna with Akiko. The girls then go on to apply the soap on each other in a really non-Jesus way, only to find out that those soaps were actually Then, Arashi calls Akito to bring them soaps as they do not have any. While the girls sit and talk, Akito also arrives with the soaps. Arashi tries to persuade him to come in, but it does not work. The loser asks them to take the soap from him. Jinbei gets up, but when she is about to open the door, she slips and falls on that lucky loser. It's another day at school, and Arashi tells them that today the first order of business will be to settle on forms of address. So, in simple terms, both Anna and Jinbei agree with her, saying that it's been a while since they have joined the student council. As always, they started with Akito. Jinbei decides to only call him as Akito without any honorifics. Arashi comes up with the name of Target because her nickname is Predator, which is really concerning. Furthermore, she reveals that she thinks Akito is her target and wants to devour her. However, Akito rejects her idea. Anna then decides to call him darling, but Akito says no to her, thinking it's too intimate for them. So, Anna gets closer to him and calls him honey, which that loser also rejects. So, Anna pulls out another card and calls him Aki, which is unoriginal, to be honest. Akiko shows up unexpectedly because she finished her classroom duties faster than she thought she would. She chooses to call Akito her big brother to show their special bond, which makes the other girl feel jealous. Akiko explains that ever since the other girls arrived, they have been in constant conflict with each other. To everyone's surprise, Arashi tells Akiko that she can get as close to Akito as she wants. Anna and Jinbei then suggest that Akiko should take some days off and not worry about her responsibilities, assuring her that they will handle her work while she rests. Akiko suddenly realized they might think that she is sick in the mind or something. However, Arashi and others reveal that they do not mean it, even though they do. It looks like they have successfully manipulated Akiko, as she tries to prove that she is not sick for loving her brother, but their raised eyebrows and forced expressions made her feel like they found her ambition strange and didn't truly support her. Akiko really feels like she is sick and runs away. The girls laugh as Akito tells them to go easy on his sister. Later on, Akito can be seen talking on the phone to the lady. who tells him to write a story for female readers as they are running a special in Women's Culture magazine and they are collecting short stories from famous authors. Akito is really excited to write. That's when suddenly Akiko jumps in front of Akito out of nowhere. The girl on the phone enjoys their conversation and wonders if she is his girlfriend, but Akito clears up that she is his sister and nothing more. Listening to this, the woman on the call is shocked to know that Shindo Koakira, the famous writer of Forbidden Love, has a little sister. The woman wonders if the books he wrote are the secret desires towards his sister. So, the editor decides to check it herself. On Sunday, Akito appears to meet his editor. However, he notices his editor Jino is acting really strange and even trips and falls. Jino, however, gets closer to him and tells him that they are making toast alone in the conference room. Just a bit later, she can be seen reading a magazine to seduce that loser. Afterwards, in the conference room, they both make toast. Suddenly, Jino sits on the table and tries to tell a love story between an office worker and her client. Seeing this, she can't get through that dense-headed loser, thinking he might only get active with the siblings' love. So she starts saying some really sensual words, which caused me to grab some tissues. However, Akito gets up and pulls out the same magazine she was using to learn how to manipulate him, asking if she read it since she's been doing exactly the same as the magazine says, wondering if she is doing it to test it out on their next work. Jino comes clean, saying that she was worried if he would write this stuff out of his own desire with sister, but he rejects the idea, saying that fiction and reality are two different things. Akito then shows his sister's pictures, which seems kind of strange to Jino as to why he keeps his younger sister pictures with him. Later in the evening, he is working in the store when suddenly Arashi arrives with some ungodly intentions to give her cherry to him. Seeing this, the good-for-nothing loser tries to run away, but fortunately the door was locked by Akiko, who did not know that she is leaving Akito and Arashi alone. Akito tries to scream for help, but no one can listen to him. Seeing there's a window up there, he decided to use a ladder to reach and scream for help. Surprisingly, Arashi literally destroys the ladder as she reveals she is the predator and he is her victim. Arashi corners her, but Akiko throws a piece of broken ladder, causing books to fall. Arashi skillfully chops the books like veggies, but fortunately Akiko gets the chance to run away near the window. Because of being a midget, he is not able to reach the window. Unlike me, who is 65 and loves to read feminist literature, Arashi corners him again, but he takes some leverage from a bookshelf. Unfortunately, he fails again. Arashi gets over him, saying that she wants to have everyone in the house, starting with Akito. Akito then notices an old jar falling, so he swiftly takes Arashi and saves her, but in the process he gets to be on top. Unfortunately for him, Akiko also opens the store to find the reason for all the commotion, and upon seeing him over Arashi, she calls him the B word. Later, while having dinner, Akito explains everything to everyone to clear things up. In the end, the girls think it's Akiko's fault. Some Mitchell Jackson-looking dude is holding his sister and saying his farewell. The sister asks where he is going, to which he replies he is going on an unassigned mission to save the world and most importantly his dear sister. As he leaves, they hug and his sister waits for his brother, but he never comes back. It turns out that Akito wrote the story, and Jino is the one reading it. Jino starts to wonder if Akito wrote the story because of his feelings for his sister. Suddenly, Jino imagines Akito in a church confession booth with his sister, doing something inappropriate. This thought makes Jino uneasy. She stands up and decides she needs to find out if Akito really has a sister complex or not. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Jino plans to talk to Akito and see if there is any truth to her suspicions about his feelings for his sister. The next day, Jino watches Akito while he is taking care of the laundry. Akito is not easily fooled and quickly notices her. He then invites her into the house for some tea with the girl. Jino tells them that she brought some pastries to enjoy with their tea. As they eat the cake, Anna becomes curious about what Akito does for work, but Jinbei quickly changes the subject to prevent her from thinking too much about it. Arashi then asks Jino why she is really there, suggesting that Jino didn't come just to bring pastries. Arashi also compliments Jino, saying she is a beautiful woman and implying that there must be more to her visit. Arashi reveals that she has been restraining herself since Jino walked in and hints that she would like to take things further. At this point, Akito intervenes and tells Arashi to stop talking. Jino then reveals that her purpose is to ask if Akito has a serious sister complex, to which all the girls agree, even though it's the other way around. Arashi says that his sister complex is even more of a fact than the first law of thermodynamics. Anna then also adds oil to the fire, saying how he can only think of his sister. Jino then stands up, saying that it's good he loves his sister, but it should not be an obsession out of morality, while the girls agree with her. Akito laughs and says that his sister is back home and she should ask his sister by herself. Akiko enters the room and Akito introduces Jino to her. Jino immediately asks her if she knows that her brother has a sister complex, to which she replies that he does not, and even if he had, she would be the happiest sister in the world. Jino asks if that means she has the brother complex, to which she agrees, saying that her brother is a gift from God and she has been in love with her brother from the day he was born. Listening to this extremely shocks Jino. Akiko then asks Akito if he really has a sister complex, to which he denies, but he tells her he does love her more than anyone. Akiko demands to get married, but Akito rejects the idea and goes on to tease her. Watching this, Jino comes to the conclusion that both of them have a bracket. Later on, the girls reveal that the only reason that they are staying here is so they can keep an eye on these siblings from doing anything naughty. In the morning, Arashi, Anna, and Jinbei sit with Akito and Akiko to tell them that they have come to a conclusion that from now Akito and Akiko will sleep in a different room. However, Akiko tries to deny the idea by saying she is the manager of the dorm, so she has the right to stay with another manager, but the girl tells her that Akito is the one doing all the manager work, so they should hire a new manager. Akiko remembers that after being separated for more than 6 years, she has built up so much affection for him. Akiko then says that even her brother would not approve of something as cruel as this. The girls tell her that they won't do anything against Akito's wishes. Surprisingly, Akito also agrees with the girls, and afterwards the girls help him to shift his things to another room. Later at night, as he unpacks things, he recalls cute memories with his sister. After a bit, he goes to Akiko's room to return her toothbrush when he notices her asleep. After a crying session, he gives her a quilt and tries to pat her, but she smiles whenever he is about. Akito realizes that she is awake. Akiko then wakes up and argues a bit, but gets unconscious when he touches her with love. The following morning, Akito and others are waiting for the new manager, who happens to be a midget with a weight of 30 kgs. Arashi also adds that she published her first academic thesis at the tender age of 10. Suddenly, the doors open and a looking girl with red hairs enters the house. She introduces herself as Arisa Takanamiya, the same Takanamiya family who took care of Akito. All girls ask about her relationship with Akito, to which she reveals that she is the fiancé of Akito. As Arisa is cleaning up the house, Akiko is mad that why had not anyone told about hiring a girl who claims to be Akito's fiancé. Arashi says that even though her age is not much, her personality and background are outstanding, and she even gets the job well done, and moreover she is working for really less money. Anna also adds that she likes her because she is cute. Even though she is fiancé of Akito, she does not care, since she is from an established family where parents usually decide whom their daughter will marry, and as Akito's part, he was the one who was chosen for Arisa. Akiko asks Jinbei about it, to which she replies that she is okay with her since she has not made any mistake yet. Suddenly, Jinbei asks Akito if he has interest in girls with petite figures, but Akito denies it. Later at night, Akito introduces Arisa to Akiko and reveals that even though they are not blood related, he loves that her beloved sibling. Akito hopes that both his sisters make up with each other, but Akiko rejects the idea and says how he can forget her feelings as she was loving him from her childhood, and starts fake crying. Seeing this, Arisa also started crying, thinking of this happening because of her, so Akito tries to silence her. Akiko, who can't take it anymore, asks him if his brother loves the non-blood related sister or the blood related sister. Akito tries to calm her down, and even Arisa tells her that she wants to be friends with her and wants to go shopping and drink tea with her. Akiko, who finds it cute, still denies that she can't accept her, as she is dangerous for her brother and sister relationship. Arisa starts to pout out of sadness, causing Akiko to pet her like a cute fluffy animal, but controlling herself, she did not do that. Akito says that becoming friends may seem impossible for them, so they should take some time in order to understand each other, but when he looks back at Akiko and is surprised to see her wearing a Big Brother blindfold, causing her to see nothing except her brother, because she can't resist the cuteness of Arisa. Sometime later, the little cute Arisa can be seen sitting on the side of the bed with her stuffed toys as she admires her cuteness. The following day, Akito and all the girls are on a picnic with the most delicious food made by Arisa herself, and the fried chicken was so good that my black friends would love it. Arisa is happy because she didn't know if everyone would like her food, and tells them that she will teach them all about Takanamiya's food recipe. However, Anna has some other plans as she asks that give her something more, like what kind of clothes she likes, and revealing her all-stalker desires. Anna goes on to say she wants to peek at her while changing clothes and send lots of love emails. Suddenly, Akiko gets up and speaks for Akito, believing 100% he does not like Arisa omelet, because he likes his omelet seasoned differently when he was a child. Akito believes it was weird for her, so seeing this, Arashi proposes an idea to fight it out. Arashi tells Akito can come up with the game, and the girls will play demandingly. If Arisa wins, she can't complain about her anymore. Both of the girls agree with the cute Arisa, saying she will do everything to make Akiko like her. The first round is a swinging competition, in which the girl who swings most like a little sister will win this round. Akiko then chants something like "Swing, swing, my brother is king," causing everyone to cringe. As they swing, Akiko remembers that 12 years ago how her brother helped her to take her first swing, but gets shocked seeing Akito swinging with Arisa. Afterwards, as they are walking, The other round is to pet the cat to trigger Akito's protective skills. Arisa goes first, seeing she is easily able to pet, but when it's Akiko's turn, the cat bites her in return. Later on, they decided to have a badminton match because in order to be Akito's sister, they need to be athletic. So she goes first, causing the shuttlecock to bounce back and hit her instead. It's evening, everyone is standing. So, however, Akito's fiancé and wife will always be Akiko herself. After hearing this, Arisa wants to ask something to Akito, but first apologizes like a good girl in case the question hurts anyone. Arisa goes on to ask if it is bad for Akiko to be in love with Akito, her real brother. Everyone gets shocked hearing this, to which she apologizes, but the girls say that Akiko's brother complex is so normalized that they do not even think about it. Akiko is trying to cover her ears, trying not to listen to all that logical talk, so the literal take matters into her own hands and tries to explain that doing naughty things is both legally and ethically wrong. However, it does not matter to that stubborn Brocken girl and says that she will stay true to her love for Akito and ask Arisa instead to give up on her brother instead. Arisa also denies and says that she needs to stay firm in order to put her on the right track. Both of the girls start arguing. Hearing this, Arisa cannot take it anymore and says that she is Akito's fiancé and isn't even blood related. The both girls then argue about who loves Akito more, for hours until they are exhausted. So, they decided to ask Akito himself. Akito says that he loves both of his little sisters, as he adds that Arisa is smart, modest, and polite while Akiko is impressive, hardworking, and kind. Arashi also reveals that this proves that he does not see both of them as women. Akiko then talks to Arisa, saying that she accepts her and it would be unfair of her taking advantage because she is his blood-related sibling, symbolizing their friendship towards each other. A few days later, the girls went to the mall to buy Akiko excitedly mentioned that she couldn't wait to pick one out. Anna teased her, saying that Akiko would look too pale next to her. When it was Arisa's turn, she said she would find the perfect beachwear for her slim figure, which made Arisa feel a bit anxious. Akiko then announced that they needed to buy their beachwear immediately because if they waited, only the leftover items would be available. The girls all agreed and started looking through the options, eager to find the best swimsuits for their upcoming beach trip. In order to make her brother head over heel for her, Akiko is doing her best to find the best beachwear, while Jinbei is sad to have little treasure. On the other hand, Arisa wants to buy herself a Anna stops her as they for adults. The girls have chosen their gear and get into the changing room. Akiko is about to change when she hears Arashi asking help. Akiko sees some massive treasures and tries to help Arashi with tying her cover but fails because of their size. So she also calls for help. Jinbei also arrives and is immediately passed out by Arashi's bouncing treasures. In the meantime, Arisa pulls out an adult. Thankfully, Anna catches her. Anna tells her that she can wear that dress once she is all grown, because when that happens she will easily be able to seduce Akito. The girls are finally done and wearing some really crazy. As always, Akiko is angry at Arashi for wearing something so exotic. As they talk, the girl notices Jinbei hasn't changed and is standing there sad. Jinbei reveals that she is in second year of school and she still looks like a child. Akiko goes back to the changing room and comes back with beachwear, making her treasure bigger. Akiko adds that a halter neck pushes your talents to look bigger, as ribbons and frills also adds volume. Akiko then takes Jinbei with her, and when they come back, Jinbei does not look like a chessboard anymore. Arisa also asks for her treasures to get bigger, but Anna does not let that happen, believing that school swimsuits already exist for the people like her. Later at home, the girls tell Akito that she wants to go to a beach and show off their swimsuits. Arashi tells him that he gets to choose whose swimsuit gets him hot and whose swimsuit bothers them, while Anna has her eye only to see Arisa and Jinbei in a swimsuit. Arashi then tells them about the big surprise, cautious that Akito can't hear her whisper something to them. After listening about the reward, the girls are excited and Akito can be seen standing waiting for them as he recalls them standing in JoJo pose. First, he enters into Arisa's room hoping there won't be something too dangerous. As he enters, he sees her wearing a school swimwear with literal working angel wings sourced by Anna herself. Akito gets out of the room calling her cute. Now it's Anna's turn, who is cosplaying as a cat girl wearing a and got her doll the same dress. After that, he goes to Jinbei's room trying to show off her fake treasure and also offers him tea, but suddenly her cover falls off. She tries to cover it by saying that those were tea coasters but fails. Afterwards, he visits Arashi's room, who happens to be harmless, but she suddenly gets commando, causing that loser to run away. Finally, it's Akiko's turn. As he enters, he is happy to see finally one swimsuit without any trick and gives a genuine compliment, so she tries to act like them as well, but Akito just tells her he has seen everything. Later on, he gives the win to every girl. As the girls reveal that the winner gets to choose his swimsuit, Akiko pulls out a short. Anna pulls out something really flashy. Jinbei pulls out plot armor and Arashi pulls out something that is barely something. Seeing this, Akito runs away while the girl chases him in their swimsuits. Afterwards, the girls can be seen playing and relaxing in the beach, which actually happened to be their bathroom and nothing more. It's revealed that girls are even doing house chores like cleaning and cooking in swimsuits as well. Upon asking, they tell Akito that summer is far away, so that's why they are enjoying their right now. Akito then gets up and tells them that he is leaving for a work meeting. After reaching the office, he meets Jino, who is also wearing. As they sit down, Jino tells him that his story was good in the first half but is going well in the second half. The following day at school, Jinbei can be seen going somewhere but in a rather quiet manner, hiding from everyone. Akito spots her and decides to follow her. He feels strange as she enters the nearby woods. Meanwhile, Akiko and her friend are talking about something that they find cute and will go to see it after school. Back to Akito and Jinbei. As Akito goes much deeper, he finds some kind of small shelter. From there he sees Jinbei giving food to a cat. Jinbei then adores the cat and its fur. The cat, seeing the opportunity, starts to lick and cuddle her. Jinbei tries to act a bit bossy, but she can't in front of such a cute animal, so she makes the exception this time to cuddle her and promises to bring her a farewell gift. Suddenly, she hears a creak noise and goes on to check it. Seeing this, Akito tries to mimic a cat's voice, but that does not work because now she is adamant to see the cat. As she gets closer, she is surprised to find Akito sitting there alone watching her. As he is about to explain, Akiko arrives with her friends, revealing that they are there to pet the cat. Surprisingly, Akito notices that Jinbei is not there anymore, while Jinbei runs away straight to her room. The following day, Akito calls Jino, telling her that he caught a cold because of working late at night after a bath and has a high fever. Akito apologizes and asks the date of the submission to be extended. Jino happily agrees and tells the loser to have some rest. Meanwhile, Akiko tells the girl that they need to intensively take care of Akito. Akiko goes on to say that she regrets that her brother fell ill, but now she is going to nurse him day and night, pouring her heart. Anna and Jinbei disagree, saying that all the girls will help nurse him as he takes care of everyone. Akiko replies that she feels guilty of letting her brother get sick, even though she loves him a lot, so she is the one to blame, and that's why she will be the one taking care of him. Jinbei then says that she's been his best friend for more than 6 years and feels guilty, so she is the one that should nurse him. Anna also adds that she should be taking care of Akito since they have promised to become a comedy duo in future. Arisa also gets into the competition, saying that she will be the one since she is the manager. Arashi gets up and rarely becomes the sensible one in the group, telling them to stop bickering as they should be helping Akito to recover soon. Arashi comes up with an idea to take turns in order to nurse Akito. Seeing this as a competition, the girls decide the one who takes best care of Akito would win. Afterwards, Akito can be seen resting, and that's when he hears Arisa asking if she can enter, which he allows. It reveals that Arisa has made so much food for Akito that Akito has to stabilize it. Arisa then shows the food and feeds Akito by herself. Suddenly, she goes on to tell him about the dishes, how she made it, and the ingredients she has put in it. As Arisa is still going on with the ingredients and stuff, Akito notices she said something and asks her to repeat it. Arisa gets embarrassed, revealing that she tries to slip it into the list. So Arisa goes on to say again, but fortunately Akito stops before the FBI raid. Later on, Anna visits to nurse him and teases him for having a disease that makes his lower part a sprout vegetable. Akito then asks her experience about nursing sick people, to which she replies that she is natural at nursing people even though she lacks other domestic skills. However, this claim happens to be a lie since she reveals she only nursed her stuffed toys. Anna also adds that she believes her stuffed teddy bear Jonathan has a soul just like any human being, which obviously is not true as well. Akito does not seem to care and tells her that he is going to sleep. As he sleeps, Anna disturbs her, saying that she can do anything he says and even rub his sweat off from his lower part. As he sleeps, she continuously disturbs him, saying he should not be modest and he should depend on her, adding that she knows unique and secret nursing techniques handed down by her ancestors. Anna wants to give him a well-luck charm and wants him to close his eyes, to which he agrees. Anna gets closer to kiss him, but unfortunately that loser opens his eyes and does not let her. Akito asks if she was trying to kiss him, and Anna shyly denies, saying she would never do something like this, and leaves the room. After some hours, Akito wakes up and finds his head on Akiko's lap. Akiko says that even though he was sleeping, he seemed to be getting worse, so that is why she uses her best way to nurse him and teases him for being defenseless. Akiko then brushes her hand through his hair, asking him to depend on him a little since she's always been depending on him. The heir get a bit emotional as she goes on to say that he always help her out, which made her dependent on her, so she asks him to be a bit dependent so she can repay for his kindness. In the meantime, Jino can be seen coughing as her colleague asks if she has caught a cold as well, because her face is all red. Jino suddenly realizes and says that Akito must have transmitted through the phone, and that's why he must be feeling all better now, which does not make sense at all. While all this nonsense, she believes she must have cured Akito's cold and claims to be the world's best editor. Late at night, Jinbei visits Akito while he is asleep like a log. Jinbei decides to just sit there, but seeing Akito has his arm out, afraid he would catch a cold, she tries to put the arm back in the cover. Surprisingly, Akito grabs her arm instead and tells her to not be afraid as he would never hurt her. Akito then pulls Jinbei towards her. Defying all the laws of physics, she lays near Akito. Suddenly, Akito apologizes in his dream for hurting her so much and then sleeps on the other side. Jinbei realizes that he is just dreaming about the past. Jinbei recalls her past and how messing up caused them to bond. Jinbei complains that he has never seen her as a woman as she lays down with him. Few years ago, it's a rainy day at school. A young Akito was introducing himself to the class while Jinbei was looking outside the window. Jinbei narrates that he does not seem right and his smile looks fake to her. Jinbei goes on to say that she was an outstanding student with a really stern face, so that's why no one ever approaches her. However, one day, at the library, Akito joyously approaches her, seeing that Jinbei immediately shoves him away, saying that they both are strangers and only knowing someone's name does not mean anything. Akito acts stubborn, saying as they are talking right now so they are not strangers anymore. Akito sits opposite to Jinbei as she reads a book, asking they should leave because their class is about to start. Akito notices that the teachers are making an exception just for her. Young Jinbei then asks Akito's motive as to why he is with her and even skips a class. To which, Akito replies that he just wants to be her friend, but Jinbei says no since she does not make random lackeys her friend, afraid that they could easily tear the school's social fabric apart. However, Akito corrects her, saying that he does not want to be her lackey but a friend, as he believes he can easily get along with her. Listening to this, Jinbei agrees to be her friend. The first day of school, young Akito is surrounded by his classmates asking to have lunch with him and even offers to let him copy their work. Akito slips away and finally finds Jinbei telling that everyone has become friendly with him. Akito tells her he knows she sets them up. Jinbei says that she just encouraged them to become friends with him. Akito tells her that she got the wrong idea as he just wants to be friends only with her. However, Jinbei denies and leaves, saying that class is about to start, but Akito tells her that he is not going to give up. The following day, young Akito is surrounded by so many girls, one asking to share food, one asking to play football, another asking to go to a library, a bratty one and an unusually thick girl for her age. The girl starts to make commotion as he tells Jinbei that it's not what he wants. Back to the present, Jinbei is still lying with Akito and narrates the story as how he used to keep chasing her every day. One day, she was so annoyed that she stopped going to school so she does not have to see him again, but realizes that she is just fooling herself. As she walks into her lawn, Akito comes out of hiding. Jinbei reveals that she is surprised how he is able to sneak into a heavily guarded house. Jinbei then asks Akito what he wants because she believes he can't be here for nothing. Akito tells her that he is here for a duel only between them. Akito reveals that he agrees that he did not choose the politest way to approach her, but it's the most earnest. Akito then invites to punch her as he ruined her peaceful life. Jinbei rushes to him and surprisingly some Naruto-level hand-to-hand combat. It's evening and both of them are exhausted but still standing. Akito goes for an attack but he accidentally slips, giving Jinbei an opening to deliver a straight punch to his face. Akito gets up from the ground happily, saying they are friends now. However, Jinbei does not agree. That's when he tells her he only fought her to help her come out of her shell. Jinbei rejects the idea of being friends as they can be replaced, so she proposes an idea that from now on they are best friends, making Akito extremely happy. Jinbei then tells him that he looks extremely terrible and should take a bath. Later at night, Akito is about to take a bath. He asks Jinbei to come in as well until he pulls down her pants, clearing his mistake that Jinbei is actually a girl. Back to the present, Jinbei regrets that Akito has never seen a girl but always a friend, because of her manly name and figure, but she made up her mind to make him understand. The following morning, Akito seems to be all fine and well. Akiko then asks him to decide who nursed him better. After thinking for a while, he goes with Arashi, because he believes that there are chances of him to get more sick, but Arashi stayed there all night and did bandages so his fever won't raise. Every girl is shocked and Akiko is having an anxiety attack as she tells him what is the reward of this competition, and it's spending alone time with the winner alone without getting disturbed. Akito is having second thoughts, remembering what happened last time as he enters into Arashi, the predator lair. Once he is in the room, Akito is shocked to see Arashi in a really sophisticated Japanese attire and even tells him to sit down so she can serve him some tea. After having some tea, Akito asks Arashi to drop the polite atmosphere act because it's confusing for him. Arashi tells him that she is from Nikaido family, and even though it's a mere room of the dorm, it's still her room, and that's the reason she is acting so unlike her. Akito then asks about her eye patch, to which she reveals that she wears eye patch because her right eye has a really disturbing power. It can alter or displace anyone's memory. But whenever she does that, her eyes deteriorate. When she was a child, she unknowingly used her power, which caused her dearly. After knowing this, Akito is shocked, but that's when Arashi reveals that she was just joking because no such power exists. Later at night, Akiko can't believe the fact that Arashi did nothing with Akito all day long. Arisa tells Akiko that she would have spent the time exactly the same, but Akiko tells her it's different because she is a child. At the end, Akiko believes her brother but wonders why Arashi acts like this. Speaking of the devil, Arashi arrives saying, "A tough punk cuddling with a lost kitten looks as sweet as honey." Meanwhile, Jino is sick as F and decides to spend the night under her table. At a random night, Anna can be seen talking to herself in a mirror about how she is the only heir of Nasuhara Heavy Industries, and the students of St. Liliana Academy worship the ground she walks on, and takes a sigh when she looks back at the room, full of clothes everywhere. Anna looks back at herself and tells herself that being tidying woman is not in her nature. Even though Akito cleaned her room, it didn't stay habitable for long. However, another underlying dilemma is that she has not found any plot armor to wear after shower. Due to this, she is not going to wear any today. Suddenly, she hears Arisa scream and with any second thoughts wear her skirt and rushes to check upon her. As she runs down, she feels weird for running around without any plot. Afterward, Arisa is surrounded by Akito and the girls while she is crying. Upon asking, Arisa reveals that she saw someone over there. Arashi thinks it's a creep and Anna gives an F towards it. Arisa also mentions some green lights as well as Akito wonders about it. The girls start to tease him as Anna says that he takes every chance, even the smallest one, women. However, Akito tells them to stop making things up as he was thinking about ghost spirits, but immediately tells them that he is joking, except Arashi. Every other girl is scared of it. Arashi tells Akito to look at every place where he thinks there must be ghosts. Akito seems to be okay with it but asks her to come with him. Arashi's attitude changes suddenly, saying that scouting is a job for underlings like him. At the end, it's revealed that Arashi is also afraid of ghosts as she is shaking like a leaf. Akito tries to tease her but she sends him. Seeing the girls are also counting on him, he decides to go but asks one last time. At first the girl denies, but suddenly Akiko gets ready to go, seeing that Jinbei, Anna, Arashi and Arisa also want to go now as they do not want him to go alone. As they walk into the woods, a gust of wind comes and about to show some ungodly thing, but unfortunately Anna immediately saves it. However, in the process she screams, giving everyone a near heart attack. The girl tries to tell her to stop but she lies, saying that it wasn't her. As they go through a really long and prickly grass, Arisa and Arashi asks to go back as the place is giving them creeps. Whereas, Anna, who is not wearing anything down there, lets out a bit of pleasure she is getting from the grass. The girl tells her to stop doing, to which she denies doing it. Jinbei asks why there are voices and she tells them to listen carefully, but at the end the place is as quiet as a grave, but she tells them that losers cannot hear that voice. Later, they decided to go back to their dorm through a shortcut, but in order to do that they needed to climb a wall. Seeing this, Akiko comes up with an idea that Akito can lift everyone up and help them get over to the other side. Every girl including Arashi agrees, but Anna does not look that excited as she is not wearing anything down there. Akito lifts up Akiko's on her shoulder, and as always she exaggerates the moment, saying it's the best day of her life. Now it's Arisa's turn, and after Arisa it's Jinbei's turn, whom Akito says that she should eat more because she is the lightest, and then Arashi. At last, it's Anna's turn, who hesitantly sits on his shoulder, but as she does Akito feels something strange while Anna moves in a really sus way. After successfully climbing the wall, the group walk for a while when suddenly a crow flies away with a gush of wind. Seeing this, everyone covers their eyes and runs away and gets separated. Akiko is with Anna and Akito is with Arashi, who wants to jump on the first chance she gets, but unfortunately she is not in the mood anymore. Akito decides to head back. As he does, Arashi gets scared and clings to him. Meanwhile, the two girls are scared as F. Suddenly, Jinbei thinks of something and goes on to grab Arisa's treasure. As she does, she is surprised to know that she is just as the treasure's equivalent to her. Back to Anna and Akiko. As they try to find their way back to the dorm, Akiko decides to ask what's wrong with Anna since she is acting strange all night. However, Anna denies everything, saying that she is healthy and outclasses her in every way. Listening to this, Akiko tells her to stop as there wasn't much difference between their test scores and ranking in the popularity contest. Anna agrees to not tease her, to which Akiko replies that she obviously got better things to do rather than beating her. Akiko adds that her life is dedicated to her loving brother Akito. Moreover, her biggest achievement would be marrying her brother, to which Anna teases her by reminding Akito is her blood-related sibling. Akiko then goes on to spew some nonsense, just like when she will become president she will legalize marriages between blood-related siblings, just like Sweet Home Alabama did it. Akiko again notices a smirk on Anna's face, thinking she is looking down on her or plotting something. However, Anna goes on to narrate a 6-year-old story when she and Akiko were the 5th-year students of St. Liliana Academy Elementary School. It was Akiko's first day and she introduced herself like a doll. When Anna saw her for the first time, she thought of him as a cute, slightly upturned eye that glitters. Later at the break time, she spends some time with her and asks about her family problems. Akiko tells her how her parents separated her from her big brother and did not know what her love for Akito really meant. After the years, she became her rival even though she just wanted to be her normal friend. After some years, when she told everyone about him in the student council, they were all excited to meet him. Suddenly, Akito is seen surrounded by all the girls, and all of them want to marry him. After a year, all the girls, including his blood-related sister and the young Arisa, have children. Arashi even has twins, which surprises everyone. Akiko's two friends also show up, and it turns out they are Akito's children too. However, it turns out that Jino is just dreaming about all of this. Back to Anna, narrating the past when she met Akito for the first time, thinking he is stalking girls in broad daylight. Akito seems to be confused as he believes that he and Anna have never met before, so how does she know his name? Anna mentions that she has no reason to tell him that, however Akito clears her doubt as he tells her that he was not looking at the girl. Listening to this, something clicks in, because normal men are unable to react to her words calmly. Anna then calls him a cherry boy but also reveals that she is same as well. Anna also mentions that it was one of the deepest secrets that she told him. In order to be on equal grounds, Anna demands him to tell her a secret as well, so Akito also reveals that he is a cherry boy as well. Anna asks him what he is doing in her school, to which he replies that he is going to transfer here next spring. Anna then reveals that from the moment she saw him, she wanted to tease him. As he is about to leave, Anna does not let him leave and tells that she will be coming with him. As she shows him around, she tells him that she feels nervous around him. Akito does not believe it, so she offers to give him her warm plot armor. Akito rejects the offers, to which she replies that many men would give their life for it. Anna then demands that he should wear her plot armor right there and now. The loser evolves into Sigma and tells her he wants the tour of the academy, not her cat. Anna then tells him to run away because if he stays near her he would fall for her, and that's something she should be least worried about. Akito tells her that he is used to her, and both of them shake hands, symbolizing their weird friendship. Back to the present, Anna is stone-faced while Akiko tries to grab her attention. Akiko tells her that she is acting differently tonight, but somehow comes to the conclusion that she might be trying to pounce on her big brother. Akiko adds that if something is wrong she shares with her, as they are both members of the student council. Anna then tells her to listen carefully and goes on to ask what she would do if she finds herself without plot. Akiko finds the question strange, but Anna just tells him that it's a hypothetical question. Akiko thinks a bit, saying that she would buy a new one, wear something like a swimsuit under it, or just quickly wash the plot and dry it with a blow dryer. After listening to all these situations, Anna is shocked and says that she accepts her solution for this hypothetical situation. Anna then tells her, thanks to Akiko, her life has been fully changed and now they are rivals who fight over the same man. Out of nowhere, Anna kisses her as a small token of appreciation, causing Akiko to blush hard. Akito and Arashi are the first to return to the dorm. As they walk, they see Arisa and Jinbei coming from behind them. Eventually, Akiko and Anna also arrive. Suddenly, they hear footsteps approaching. Akito quickly steps in front of the girls to protect them, but it turns out to be just Jino. When Akito asks Arisa about the green light she saw, they suddenly see many green lights. Luckily, these lights are just stray cats, and the girls happily start petting them. The night ends with all the girls, including Jino, sleeping in Akito's room. The following morning, when Akito wakes up, he finds other girls sleeping besides him. More importantly, he finds Arisa literally sleeping on him. Akito tries to hide it, but Akiko immediately wakes everyone up for it. Akito then explains that Arisa has a habit of often sleeping on him. This shocks all the girls. Jino adds that sleeping with a sister is not appropriate, but sleeping with them is out of the question. However, Arashi, as she is, has different plans and goes on to strip down every girl. But when she reaches Anna, she is surprised to see her already in a revealing dress. Later at night, Akito can be seen writing story about some siblings from future, where the guy named Akio is leaving his sister behind for a space mission, but wonders if she is going to stay on Earth. That means she is going to age faster, but Akio tells her no matter what he will still love his sister. Back to real world, Akiko knocks and enters into Akito's room. Akito is left in awe after looking at her beautiful sister in a yukata. Akiko sits down and tells him that she is setting the mood in order to apologize. As she apologizes, she mentions that 6 years ago when he promises to come back, but as the time goes by and not being able to write letters correctly, she started to doubt the promise. Akiko starts crying, saying she hates herself for it. However, Akito tells her to stop crying and goes on to saying that he also has something to apologize, because before calling for her he was afraid that his sister may have forgotten everything and have started a new life. Akiko then asks Akito if she has become a good girl, to which he replies with a yes and also calls her stunning, causing her to blush. Afterwards, Akiko asks him to pull out the yank of her yukata, but being the Sigma he is pulls it out in such manner that she goes out like a Beyblade and goes back to writing his story while she knocks on the door. The following day, Akito narrates how his looks and grades are perfectly average. He is not athletic, and that loser does not even have a special ability. A promiscuous student council president going after both men and women, an unquestionably hard to understand vice president, a unique treasurer capable of making incredibly close friends, a perfect manager, and his troublesome lovely sister, the secretary. Akito believed that being surrounded by such beautiful women he doubts he is going to spend a normal life, reveals his strong desire to protect his sister and promises to keep the danger away from her, even if it himself. Akito then drops the biggest plot twist that Akiko and he are not actually blood related, as the Hanakoji family history is complex. Later at night, after finishing his story, Akito lays down to sleep but finds Akiko in his bed asking to do what wife and husband does. But Akito stops her, saying they are blood related, but Akiko tells him that it's fine because they love each other. Thanks for watching till this long, my fellow men of culture. Don't forget to tell us about your favorite waifu from this anime and subscribe to the channel for more content.